the federal government will announce direct rent support for low-income Canadians in addition to spending billions on traditional and new forms of social housing as part of the Wednesday release of its long-awaited National Housing Strategy. A new portable housing allowance will top up similar provincial and municipal programs that provide rent subsidies for people on waiting lists for social housing. The broad outline of the National Housing Strategy was announced in the March budget. It set aside $11.2 billion over 11 years in new money. A senior government official told the Globe and Mail that Wednesday's announcement will include additional federal money, in part to pay for the housing benefit, that was not mentioned in the budget. Story continues below advertisement. Rob Carrick, can the government save the middle-class wannabe homeowner in Toronto and Vancouver? Opinion, the National Housing Strategy must focus on the homeless. The official said the plan is bigger than expected. The plan will be promoted as a $40 billion, 10-year strategy. That figure includes the $11.2 billion announced in the budget, the new federal money, existing federal housing spending and provincial housing money contributed through cost-sharing programs. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will make the announcement at Lawrence Heights, a planned Toronto community housing mixed-income community south of the Yorkdale Shopping Centre. Jean-Yves Duclos, the Minister of Families, Children and Social Development, will make the same announcement in Vancouver. Observers expect the strategy will focus on the housing needs of low-income Canadians, with less attention devoted to the affordability concerns of middle-income people, who have faced sharp spikes in home prices in recent years. One of the main thrusts of the strategy is to shift traditional social housing models toward mixed-income developments, which are considered to be more sustainable over the long term. Story continues below advertisement. Story continues below advertisement. Mixed-income communities, such as Toronto's Street Lawrence neighborhood, have long been praised by urban planners as a better model than traditional social housing, but cities have lacked the money to dramatically expand the concept. Recent government spending has spurred some new experiments, such as Edmonton's Londonderry. The province is covering two-thirds of the $72 million project, a 240-unit mixed-rent redevelopment that will replace an 80-unit project built in the traditional social housing mold. The goal is to have higher rent units subsidize the lower rent spaces. Advocates view it as a way of addressing the high demand for social housing while also creating more supply in the broader housing market. A mixed-income model is something that makes a lot of sense, said Jenny Gerbasi, president of the Federation of Canadian Municipalities, FCM, and the deputy mayor of Winnipeg. We have to maintain our existing social housing. We have to create new social and affordable housing. And by doing it with mixed housing, then you are also creating housing for people just in general. A large part of the new housing strategy will be used to create a $5 billion national housing fund managed by the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation.